All right. Cameras are live.
Okay.
Everything from here on out's fair game. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Welcome to the St. John Alive podcast, where we are sharing stories of faith and bringing discipleship to life here in the Fenton area. I am super excited today. We are joined by these dashing young gentlemen. We have Thomas and Dale and Gavin sitting over there, and we're joined again by Sarah Smith, our assistant faith formation coordinator. And we're continuing our conversation about Lent. And we are very privileged to have such a young perspective today. I'm excited to be inspired and challenged, and this is going to be a great episode. So let's dive in. We've got Thomas over here next to me. Thomas is a sports fan. He is actually coming into the church at Easter, so we're excited to have him and his perspective today. We've got Dale over here. Dale Smith is Sarah's son, who is an altar server here and is involved in pretty much everything because he's Sarah's son. And I remember being the child of the mom that taught the CCD classes and was involved in everything. Oh. Sometimes it might feel annoying, but you'll appreciate it later. Trust me, man.
I thought somebody would be jealous.
But you never miss coffee and donuts because you're always here.
There it is.
But it's not every day.
Coffee and donuts every day. That might get old. I don't know, man.
No.
I probably thought the same thing. And then over here at the very end, we've got Gavin. And Gavin is, he's another football fan, right? You play football over there? Nice. And you're a part of our growing Catholics or flourishing Catholics, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And how you liking that program?
I like it.
You like it? It's a lot of fun?
Mm-hmm.
You get to do it with your parents, right? That's the cool thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, gentlemen. We are very glad you're here. So we're going to play a game to warm up, and I gave each of you gentlemen a card. So we're going to start down there with Gavin. You can go ahead and read your card, and then everyone at the table is going to answer it, including Sarah and I. Ready, set, go.
What do you think you can do to make the world a better place?
One more time for me, brother. Right up there in the mic.
What do you think you can do to make the world a better place?
What can you do to make the world a better place? What you got, Sarah?
Smile more, be happy more, not so complaining so much.
I'd like to see that.
Ouch. Burned by the
I'm
sun.
slaying you right now.
Burned by the sun. Pun intended. What you got, Dale?
The way he is in class sometimes, too.
It's what is the funniest thing that's happened to you? I can think of this right now.
Ooh, are you skipping out on me, man? You got to answer Gavin's question first.
Oh,
We're
okay.
putting you on the spot.
Okay, whoops.
Yeah, now I get to burn
I thought it was
you.
next. What can I do to make a better place? I guess start making sure I put the recycling in the right bin.
That is an awesome start. I like that. Make sure the recycling goes in the right bin. Sometimes, honestly, it's a struggle.
Especially in the snow, honestly.
Because in our house, the bins look the same. They're both white. And
Mine's is light blue and purple.
They don't have different lids?
No, they're both black trash cans and white drawers, and you pull it out. And you just got to know. It's hard for the kids. We should probably fix that. All right, Thomas, what can you do to make the world a better place, brother?
Probably just help out people who are less fortunate.
Awesome.
Like
food
and stuff.
With food and stuff. Have you had a chance to do that? Yeah. And when did you do that recently? What's the backstory on that?
Like my mom helps out in Flint and stuff.
Nice.
People.
Nice. Like North End Soup Kitchen type stuff?
She does Junior League.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. Very cool. You had a chance to pitch in and get your hands dirty, so to speak?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice. Was it a good experience?
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Very good. All right, Dale, now it's your turn.
No, Gavin hasn't gone yet.
Oh, Gavin hasn't gone. You're right. I almost skipped you on your own question. What can you do to make the world a better place, Gavin?
Stop teasing my siblings.
Stop teasing your siblings.
Wow.
That's a good
Oof.
one.
That's a good one. That's really difficult sometimes.
Never had that before.
Oh, stop.
I've been
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Dale?
What is the funniest thing that's happened to me? It has got to be while I was altar serving. Once, I forgot to double do it because you have to go under and over. And that day, it was a while before I've had to altar serve for a while, and it was like during a funeral, and then so there's a little waist thing, and I forgot to fully do it, and it fell
cincture?
down.
Yeah.
And I was
no.
oh. I'm like, you saw nothing.
Because, I grew up at altar serving as well, and there's a lot of opportunity to embarrass yourself being an altar server. My favorite was it was day one. I was an acolyte, and we were getting ready to go move the candles for the gospel reading, because we used to stand there on either side of the ambo for the gospel. And we went to turn, and I turned the wrong direction, and I slammed face first into the other acolyte, and the glass globes smashed against each other, and they did not break, luckily. But it was super embarrassing because everybody laughed. Very memorable moment. So yes, altar serving. That's a tricky one. Funny stories. I like those. All right, what you got, Gavin?
My brother pantsed me.
Your brother pantsed you. Oh no. Oh, no. I'm sure that was funny for your brother, probably not for you. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. What you got, Sarah?
I don't know. How about you skip me and I'll come back around and I'll think about it.
All right. As a youth group tactic, we'll come right back to you. All right, Thomas, go ahead. What's your funniest story?
Like one time in class, I was not paying attention, and we were doing popcorn reading, and I was totally zoned out. And they called on me, and I would know where we were, no idea of where we were reading.
Oh no! So you got caught on the spot, zoned out. Bummer, man. That's pretty funny. All right, Sarah, we've all gone now.
Yeah, we've all.
No,
Did you come up with anything?
Well, I guess you did your altar boy server one.
What about Gavin?
Yeah, he went.
Okay.
I guess I could do one about class. When I broke my finger, all right, playing soccer. And everybody was like, okay, so in a game you broke your finger? And they're like, how did you do it? And they were all like, there was some epic story where I scored a goal and they're thinking that's what it was. And I was like, no, actually I was messing around with my brother and he threw the ball at me and I caught it with my hand and I didn't catch it very well and I broke my finger. And everyone's like, you broke your finger because you caught a soccer ball. And I'm like, yeah, it was cold out. That's your defense. And everyone was laughing at me, the whole class, because then this was in college and we're in class, in geography class. And the teacher made a whole thing about it. So then he called me broken digit for the rest of this term.
Broken digit.
He's like, broken digit? What do you got for us back there? Broken digit?
Added layer of embarrassment because you're such a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's a little brutal.
Well, the thing of it was that no one even believed me that I actually broke it until the next day. My finger was the size of a sausage.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
What do you think over there, Thomas? Have you ever broken a finger?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
What about you, Gavin?
Never broken a bone.
Never broken a bone. Me either. What about you, Dale? You ever broken a finger?
I've broken an arm.
An arm?
Count the whole
Nice.
thing, yeah.
Nice.
And he's
Nice.
broken a collarbone.
Ouch.
I think I broke my toe once.
Those hurt.
That was up for debate.
I've broken an arm and an ankle.
Ouch. An arm and an ankle. How'd you break your ankle?
Oh, I don't even remember. It was forever ago.
Sports injury? Or you're doing epic tricks on your bike and you...
I think I remember my arm. Someone pushed me and I fell right on it.
Oh no.
See,
That's
isn't that the worst? Most of the time when you actually break a bone, it's never anything epic or serious.
It was in grass.
It's just
It was on grass too?
Yeah.
Ouch.
I got scared off a playground that was 6, 10 feet, 11, 12?
yeah, you were on the playground. And you
Yeah,
fell down.
and some kid went, boo! And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, whoa, because we were playing tag, and I was zoned in. I was watching the kid, and I was like, boo! And then I was like, and then, what? And then I fall off. And then I tell them, hey, I broke my arm. Help me, please. I can't feel it. And they came over, and they said,
the playground aides.
yeah, they brought me to the office, and they called my mom and said, get this child out of here because he keeps
they said-
crying.
They're
Something
like,
like
can
that.
you come help him stop crying? Because he's having a hard time getting over it. And I'm like,
the fracture in his bone.
Yeah,
And then we
That's
went to the
took one
office.
look at him, and I was like, "Oh no, he's actually hurt."
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
What else we got?
All right. Last question. Hit us with it, Thomas.
If you could invent anything, what would you invent?
What do you think?
I know what I want to do with this one.
Like a self-folding, like for your laundry, so you don't have to fold your laundry.
Laundry bot. I second that. That would be amazing. Seeing
want
as
a
how I was
shower bot.
literally up until like 10:30 last night folding laundry.
Hey, yo.
It's pretty brutal. Laundry folding robot. What about you, Gavin?
I would make a world peace machine.
World peace
right.
machine. Yes, I
How,
like it.
how would that work? I want to.
It would just spew world peace. Problem solved.
Wow. Hearts.
I like it. I like it. World
Okay,
peace.
yeah.
We need a little bit of that.
Yeah.
We need
Me
a
too.
little bit of that. What about you, Sarah?
I'd said a shower bot. I hate cleaning the showers.
Oh, cleaning the shower.
Yes.
The toilet. The whole. All the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Gets me out of the chores at least.
There's a theme going on over here. Cleaning stuff up.
Well, he
Is-
started it, and then I was like, "Oh yes."
Definitely get the chores done with the robots. I like it. What about you, Dale?
I would do like a robot that would kind of like, you would ask, it wouldn't even have to ask it. You wouldn't have to say a word, and it would just go, scratch wherever you're itchy. And you wouldn't even be able to notice. You just put it on your body and go,
An
And you
AI
don't even-
back scratcher. That's amazing. I like that. I like that.
That is definitely a good one.
So when I was your age, probably a little bit younger, I really, really wanted a flying bicycle. So I actually tried to build one.
Oh man.
gosh.
I built the exoskeleton for the wings, and it sat in my father's garage until last year because it was kind of fun. Like, it was kind of cool that I had done that and built it. So it sat in his garage. And when I moved here to Michigan, I hung it from his garage ceiling for him because he was actually out on vacation when we were getting ready to go. So I hung it for him. When he came home, he saw it, and it was awesome. So when they came to visit this last year, he brought me the wings to my flying bicycle. So I'm still sold on the flying bicycle. I think it's a thing. So someday I'm going to make my bike fly. I don't even think I own a bicycle right now, but you know.
A
make
flying
it
wheel
fly.
modulator or something like that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for participating in our goofy little warm-up game. Sweet. So we're talking about Lent. Lay it on me, gentlemen. What have you been doing in your various programs, right? Because you two are in Flourishing Catholics, right? And you're in a modified tutoring RCIA program that's designed just for you, right? So
Yep.
how have you guys been celebrating Lent? Let's start with you, Gavin.
Praying, fasting, and giving.
Praying, fasting, giving, right? Those are the pillars. I love it. So how have you been doing each of those three things?
Praying, I've been trying to learn more prayers. Fasting, I gave up candy.
Very nice. Ooh, that's
And-
tough.
Giving more time to Jesus.
That's awesome. Like donating your evening to come and chat on a podcast.
Yeah.
I love it. That's cool. So what's one cool prayer that you did not know before that you know now?
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. That's that's a
Wow.
powerful one.
Yeah.
That's a powerhouse of a prayer. I like it.
You could have said like the rosary then, because technically that has.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's got
It
lots
was
of
just a
Hail
thought.
Mary,
Lots of
Hail
Hail
Marys in
Marys.
it. That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely.
It's just a thought.
That's awesome. What about you, Dale?
I'm gonna say, in the Flourishing Catholics, we learn about. Well, we do like activities, and like we do little things for like other people. Like we made notes for the seminarians, and we play games sometimes, and then we do like drawing, and then we do little activities with like. What would you say that? How would you call it?
I think what you're trying to talk about is the 4 activities we done for Give and Flourishing.
Yeah.
So the first week we made holy cards for the seniors in the nursing homes, and Sister Mary went and delivered them, right? You guys remember that? And then on the second week, we wrote the letters of encouragement to the seminarians, right? Who did you guys get? Do you remember who you wrote to? Oh, Oh man.
I don't.
I wrote to the one guy that came in.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, that's like the 19th time she's gotten his name wrong.
It's Jacob.
It's Jake.
Oh, you did.
Oh, Jake.
Is it Jake Abot? Because I wrote to that guy last year.
Yeah, you wrote a prize in yours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. Okay, I was just kind of like, I had my cards and I didn't know what to do with my Pokemon cards. I just had a couple and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I like just had them laying around. And I was like, I'll give it to somebody and we'll see what happens. I wrote it, here, prize. You could take out of it like this little taped little box so it would stay in. And nothing yet. It's just, I want to see what will happen. It's a little mystery.
And then last week we gave to Jesus our time. So we did the Stations of the Cross. Remember that?
That felt like a century.
It felt like a long, yeah, all right.
praying through the stations. That
Maybe
is tough at your age. I'll admit.
3/4 of the whole class.
Nice.
'Cause
Did you
you
guys take turns leading it?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
What
we
was it?
had little tiny tea lights and the battery powered ones. And they extinguished them after they did it.
Nice.
So it got supposedly the room was getting darker and darker, but it was a lot of sunlight coming in.
I was a little
That's a
annoyed.
good problem, sunlight.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We haven't had a whole lot of that
Yeah.
lately.
And then this week we gave time to each other by playing games.
That's what it was?
That's
Oh,
what it
I had
was.
no clue. I was thinking of something else. I was like, what was this week? I was like, what involves games in each other?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I was just like,
What about you, Thomas? What do you think? How have you been celebrating Lent and learning about Lent? This is kind of a new thing for you.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. I've been going to like mass to learn about it.
Awesome.
Each-
What's something that you did not know about Lent that you know now that you're like, oh my gosh, that's kind of cool.
Like how long that you fast for, actually.
Nice. The whole 40-day deal.
Yeah,
I like it.
because I didn't really know much about Lent, like going into this, and a lot of stuff. So I like now know a decent amount about it now.
Nice. So what do you know? Lay it on me, man. Because sometimes teaching's the best tool to learn, and I always learn when other people teach. So
Like you'll give up something that's like pretty important to you for it.
awesome. And why do we do that? What do you think?
Because like Jesus like had to fast for 40 days in the desert.
Nice. So we're kind of emulating what
yeah.
Christ did in the wilderness.
No.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, man. That's some deep insight. What grade are you in again?
6th.
6th. I like it. Good stuff. So what's one of the other cool things that you're doing? So we're talking about prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, right? Is that something that you've been talking about too in your program?
Yeah.
Nice. So what are some of the ways that you've been diving into each of those?
Like in the readings, I think there was a little section about like his how he fasted
Nice. And how long did he fast?
40 days.
40 days.
Mhm.
That's a long time to fast. Have you ever
Yeah.
fasted for 40 days?
yeah, but what about water? He fasted from food, right?
He fasted. He didn't like starve himself.
Oh. I was like, wow, how did he survive?
Count the Sundays, it's 46 days.
That's
It's very true.
Yeah.
Someone's been counting over there. That always threw me off as a kid. I was like, wait a minute, what is all this business about 40 days of Lent? It's actually 46.
Mm-hmm. What are the Sundays like, Gavin?
Mini Easters.
They're like mini Easters. I like it.
Well, you tell everybody in that class, and nobody else knows. And I always take a break and let somebody else say it. I always let somebody else say it.
This is kind of a symptom of having your mom be the catechist. Sometimes you have to take a break and let the other kids answer. I remember being there.
I guess sure.
We get there. The Wednesday class, definitely, they shoot out the answers, don't they, Gavin?
Mhm.
Yeah. They shoot them out.
Very nice. You got some questions for us, Sarah? You work with these guys every week.
Yeah. So, Thomas, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story of how you decided to come into the faith?
It's like I was just like very interested in like the Bible and stuff and just like religion and stuff. So I like kind of had like a passion to like start doing like get baptized and stuff and learn more about it because I was like pretty interested in learning it. I thought it was like a pretty cool thing.
That's
Awesome.
really awesome.
And he just asked. And then, because your sister inspired you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his sister. Tell about who your sister is.
My sister, she goes to Powers, and she's in the process of becoming Catholic,
That's
too.
really awesome.
hmm
And
So-
talk
She's-
about where your brother and your mother.
My brother is getting baptized the same night as I am, Easter Vigil. And then my mom kind of also, like, helped me get into this. She, like, set it up and stuff and has been helping me, like, become baptized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your mom's getting confirmed at Easter Vigil, and your dad comes with us to class sometimes. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we make him read too.
Like it. I like it. Cool. So what was that first step like when you decided you wanted to go ahead and do this and you started to dive in? How did you feel?
I was pretty happy. I was excited to
Nice.
learn more about it.
Nice. And so what was the first step for you? What was the first thing you started doing and what was that process like?
I started coming to the classes, and, like, it was kind of confusing at first, but after that first class, it was definitely, like, knew, like, I could probably, like, I was confident in myself in doing it
That's awesome.
and
man.
understanding stuff about it.
That's awesome. I love that. Confidently walking in, man, at your age. It's admirable. I appreciate that. What about you over there, Gavin?
Why don't you talk about what are you doing at home? You have something.
I've been doing a Lent book. Me and my mom have been answering questions about what we're gonna do for praying and fasting and giving, and like questions about what Jesus did, why he did it, and all that.
I've been hearing a lot about these books that you've been circulating with all of your various groups, and I like it.
Well,
it's
yeah,
really cool. There's
his book's slightly different. Tell him about what it's like. Give it like a daily description of what it is.
We do one each day, and it's like a countdown until Easter.
nice.
I did those.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and there's like a fun activity every day. It's not just just reading the scripture part, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. They're not painful, are they?
They are not painful. They're fun.
Nice. What was the most fun one you've come across so far?
That's kind of hard.
Because they're all so fun. Nice.
Well, I know
was
that one fun thing that you're going to have at the end of the book. Spoiler alert here.
Uh-oh. Lay
So
it on
on
us.
Holy Saturday, there's a recipe, and then you get to make resurrection rolls.
Nice.
Those are tasty. I hope
Don't
you
you-
make them.
Don't you melt like marshmallows inside
Yeah.
like a little bread
They have
thing?
marshmallows.
Can we make those this year?
Yeah, we can.
All right, let's go.
You ready? That'll be fun. It'll be fun for him.
Nice. Very nice. What's
can
been
have 'em in
how
class.
about the most challenging step or day in this devotional you've been working on? What was one of the most challenging ones for you?
I don't remember the exact day, but it was doing what could I give up other than what I've already given up.
Ooh. Adding on top of the list.
Yes.
Nice. And so what'd you do?
I went on video games.
You gave up video games? Ouch. That's hard,
I don't
man.
even have video games.
That's hard. How's it going for you? Giving up video games.
Hard.
It's difficult. Yeah.
I've had it
I
for
bet.
about 3 months for me.
Well, guess what, Gavin? We're more than halfway through Lent now.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, Dale. We've picked on everybody else. Lay it on us. What are some of the things that you're doing right now that are different and new in the Lenten season?
I guess we do like different projects, like the seminarian one, but that's not different. But I've never seen them do the senior thing. When we do the encouragement to seniors, we seem to make the new classes more appealing to younger people and allowing more people to learn about the new Catholic faith.
It's awesome. I like it.
What about when you did stations?
yeah,
in the
I
church.
was an altar server during that, and somebody was really slow. What? It's true.
I was reading
What was your role as the altar server, Dale? Because sometimes the stations, like, they feel longer depending on what you're holding. Because if you're holding the crucifix, stations feels really long. But if
No,
you're
no
holding
matter
a candle,
If you're holding the book, it's like, okay, you're just holding a little tiny book. Like somebody probably seems pretty fast. But when you're holding like a candle or like the crucifix, I was holding the candle. I don't think it really changes anything because it was faster for me. It's probably the same speed. And when they're holding the crucifix, right now it's like really top heavy. So when you're holding it, it's like whoa.
gives you a core workout and an upper body workout
Yeah,
all
it
at the same
does.
time.
It's kind of
Stabilize that
annoying.
thing.
I had it last year, and I thought like the book was heavy. It was like it's actually like if you think about the red book that the altar servers hold at the beginning of mass when he says "Let us pray," it's like maybe 8 pounds, for real. It's heavier than it looks.
Nice.
And the Lenten cross crucifix is way bigger and heavier than the normal one.
It's like 46 pounds.
What?
Yeah, they said it. It was like 47 or 46 pounds.
Dang, you're going to be ripped by the end of Lent, dude.
Oh, I don't really normally do it.
Oh, okay.
They never let me anymore.
Brings a
Last
whole
year you did it
new
twice,
meaning to
and
that
he
song.
looked- he
Lift
was
high the
running
cross.
down
No?
He was running because he was like, "This is so heavy."
I got to put it down. Nice.
Yeah, I was leading the stations, and he's saying I read the stations too slow. I think I was saying I was articulating.
Everybody knows that how slow you are at most things.
Some grown-ups might call it irreverent.
Did you have dyslexia
Yeah.
that day or something? Were you
No.
super dyslexic? You said like 3 letters long, like 3
I was
words long.
just no, Dale.
You said like
It's
All right.
it's a lot of pressure when you're
Family
up there
or
reading the
That was so
the
hot.
stations in front of everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're standing right in front of the heaters.
When I did it last year, my throat like absolutely just dried out. Like all the water left my body halfway through, and I'm like, it's so difficult.
that happens for me
Next
right
time,
now.
I think I might have a little bit of water like in my pocket or something. Because it's tough.
Yeah, you don't realize leading those stations, that's a lot of pressure
It is so
in
dry.
front of the whole church.
Yeah.
Up on the altar. It's like mega dry up there. And something funny that I always do when I space out during mass sometimes, I'm like listening to
You don't do that. You're always attentive, aren't you, Dale?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking about the gospel. I'm listening, but I sometimes like when I'm thinking, I'm just staring at the ground while my mind is actually thinking about it, but my eyes, there's like little rocks, there's marble rocks in them. And sometimes my eyes, since I'm like thinking, all my like brain is like thinking about something else. My eyes are looking at the rocks and they make shapes and like people.
Oh, on the
Yeah.
terrazzo floor?
Like phases.
Yeah. No,
And faces.
I may or may not do that too.
It entertains you for a little bit, and after a while it gets boring, but still.
Not gonna lie, there's like certain colored spots in the floor that we use,
Yeah.
like you would like do what do they call that when you're on stage and they do the marking on the floor? I think that's it might be called marking. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there's
know.
like rocks every like 6 feet or something like
Yeah.
that. They're like black.
Yeah, we use certain ones for certain things. Like there's a certain one that Father's chair sits on. So every time I move them for something, I have to make sure I put it back.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
The
Awesome.
stuff you don't really notice unless you're all the way up there.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very nice. Did you know that about the floor, Gavin? Why are we talking about the church floor?
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I agree. Maybe
I
we
just want
should
some
maybe we
chocolate
should give this episode a wrap. What else? What other thoughts or notes of encouragement? Anything? Feedback? What else do you want to say before we dial out here for the
or
evening?
maybe like, what's your favorite part about being Catholic?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gavin, you got one? I bet Gavin's got one.
My favorite part is learning about like what Jesus and God did for us.
It's awesome. What's the most profound in your head? Like when you think about what Jesus did for you, what's the first thing you think of?
His sacrifice to get rid of our sins.
That is pretty significant, huh? That is awesome. We like to talk about I love talking about that one. I talk about that one all the time with my youth group.
Also,
about
you made me hungry when you said wrap.
I did.
Yeah, I was thinking like a Chipotle wrap. I was like, what does he mean?
That is why I use that expression, because now food's on the mind. All right, what about you, Thomas?
Well, I'm not Catholic yet, but like, it's just cool to like learn all the stuff that they've like Jesus and God have done, and like how much they like would sacrifice themselves,
Yeah.
and like how cool that like he fasted for that long.
Yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff when you really dive into the life of Jesus. Have either of you come across your favorite, or any of you come across your favorite Bible verse yet? Do you have one?
I don't think so. I don't have one yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, it took me a while to get a favorite because my relationship with the Bible was like, that's a big book with a lot of words, very
What
long
is your
stories.
favorite? I wanna see.
But as an adult, I've come to appreciate John 16:33, right, where Jesus is preparing his apostles for the upcoming persecution. Right, they're getting ready for the passion, and he says to them, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I call it the divine mic drop, and it's for me, it's like it blows my mind every time I hear it. But some people are just like, "Huh, what?" I absolutely love that verse, because if you think about it, it's like when you come to look at the challenges and the trials that you're going to face in life, you don't have to be worried about it because Christ has already overcome that thing through his sacrifice on the cross. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Well, right now, my favorite is... Oh, you can go, I guess.
You can go.
Okay. My favorite Bible verse right now is gotta be the Fishes of Men one. I forgot what it's called. What was it? What is it?
You're talking about what?
You don't.
The
you,
Fisher of Men.
You don't even have to cite chapter verse if you
Yeah, I
just
don't
know
remember
the
it.
story. Lay it on us.
I don't remember what it is, but I know it's all about the fishes of men and preparing them about what they're going to do and spread this crazy word of God to everybody.
Yeah, crazy awesome. Go out and make fishers of men,
Big responsibility, honestly.
or I will make you fishers of men. That's what Jesus says.
Yeah.
My
Nice.
best friend's stepdad has read the Bible 10 times.
Nice.
Crazy.
That's quite a feat. I think I've only made it through mostly once.
Well, did you know
Through scripture class, we went through the whole thing. There's a couple chapters that we skipped, but
every 2 years you go through the Bible once, technically?
3
Well,
years.
3 years. 3 years.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, the holy number.
yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
That's if you go to mass every Sunday.
If you
That
go to
is
mass.
if you go to mass every
Yeah.
Sunday. Yep. Which is super important, unless you're deathly ill. Awesome. What about you, Thomas? Is there a favorite? You don't have to cite chapter and verse, but is there a favorite story from the Bible that stands out to you?
I thought there's a story where he's I forget, they're leaving a city, and Jesus, they lose him on their way back, and they find him in a temple, like learning and like staying ahead with everybody. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that
they
one.
went back and they found him teaching in the temple. Do you know how old he was?
I think he was 13.
Yeah, he's about your age. He's about your age. That's pretty cool. Can you imagine teaching in a temple? Can you imagine teaching in a classroom with like 5 people?
And they're probably like older than him, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's a cool story. I like that. I like that one too. Finding in the temple.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for taking some time out to come and chat with us about Lent, about your journey into the church, your journey through the church, with the church, and this Lenten season. So it's been an awesome discussion, and we are looking forward to continuing the conversation in the next episode. So tune in for that and check out all the previous episodes in our Lenten series. We've got all kinds of good stuff going on. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, share it with your friends, and we will catch you in the next one. Have a good evening.